When you think about Nike football boots, you probably picture a pair of Mercurials, and that's because there's been so many different generations of them and they've been around for such a long time. But it's not actually Nike's longest running series of football boots. That honor goes to the Tiempo series, with the current generation being the 2-year-old Nike Tiempo Legend 8 Elite, seen here in the latest Impulse Pack colorway, which will be worn for Euro 2020, as well as the Copa America, bearing a retail price of $230. And at this point, I think I've made it very clear that I think from a performance standpoint, the Legend 8 is a great pair of football boots, but in terms of feel and my own personal preferences, they're not really my cup of tea. So how does that make any sense? That's what I want to try to explain in today's video. Who is the Tiempo Legend 8 for? Because if they're not bad football boots, then surely they're good for somebody. And that's what I want to break down in this video, along with taking a closer look at the colorway. We'll talk highlights, lowlights, and of course how they fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around, watch the entire review. And if you're interested in a pair for yourself, you can click the first link down below. That's going to take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal retail price. As always, if you guys do end up enjoying the video, please don't forget to support it with a like. And I've also noticed that a lot of you guys who watch these reviews aren't actually subscribed to the channel. If that's you, it would mean a lot to me if you could hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. Really quickly, I just want to take a closer look at the colorway, not only because these will be featured in 2 major international tournaments this summer, but I also think it's one of the best colorways of the Nike Tiempo that we've had for this generation. Now the color is quite unique. It's what they call aquamarine, and it's kind of like this greenish blue color. Really difficult to describe what it looks like, but in person it's extremely unique and definitely stands out from the crowd. Out of the entire Nike Impulse Pack, I think this is the most unique and arguably the best looking. I've always been a big fan of the design of the Legend 8 though. Also the Nike swoosh, you can see it has a white outline, which I think looks quite good, but then it has these little circles on the inside, which kind of remind me of the pattern of the beloved 2014 Nike World Cup pack, which had the Volt yellow swoosh with the gold accent on the inside. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Also on the heel, you'll notice that you have kind of what I would describe as like a sun logo, where it's a hole or a circle in the middle. Then you have this circular kind of fade out pattern around that circle with the Tiempo branding there in black. I just think that looks really, really cool. Black laces and black Flyknit tongue. And then the sole plate is in that same aquamarine color with some white stud tips on the inside of the studs through the forefoot. All in all, I think this is a really strong and good looking colorway. And for those that care, the string bag is equally as cool looking. As for the performance side of things, well, I think all of that is actually really good and arguably best in class when compared to the other 2 big brands out there in Puma and Adi, with the Copa Ascent series and the Puma King Platinum. Pound for pound, this is objectively the best performer in terms of lockdown, responsiveness. It's super lightweight, offers really aggressive traction. It's a very well-rounded football boot as far as performance is concerned, where I think it's a little bit lacking, and part of my main criticism for not being a huge fan of the Legend 8 comes more so in the feel department, which is something that's very much a personal preference thing, where while you get great quality kangaroo leather on the upper with this totally unnecessary texturing and also a fair amount of leather, you can see how much of the upper that leather actually covers, also best in class. It's backed by a Flyknit tunnel, mainly through the midfoot, as well as an internal quad fit system, which pretty much lines the entire inside of the boot, replacing what would normally be kind of a thinner lining material, which you still get on the back side of the leather, as you can see right here on the outside edges. Basically, long story short, you have tons of different layers of material besides the kangaroo leather between your foot and the ball, which means that while you definitely notice the softness and flexibility of this upper, I think what's great about the quad fit system is it doesn't restrict any kind of softness and it doesn't really have any kind of hard spots, but still provides really good lockdown and responsiveness with the laces tied tight. What it does do is create quite a bit of extra material that does take away from that specialness of kangaroo leather that I think a lot of people would hope for from a football boot that has as much kangaroo leather as this one does. With that said, while it's no Mizuno Morelia in terms of offering that incredible soft kangaroo leather touch on the ball, what you do get in the Tiempo Legend 8 Elite is a leather football boot experience without the drawbacks that are typically associated with an older style leather football boot like a Mizuno Morelia, arguably like a Puma King Platinum, and I guess more along the lines of kind of what you're getting with the Copa Sense, although those feature hardly any leather at all, so it's almost hard to put them in the same category at this point. So aside from objectively great performance characteristics, where I think the Legend 8 really shines is in terms of overall comfort, not just in comparison to other football boots in the same category, but other football boots in general. If we look at what's currently on offer from the Nike brand in the Mercurial and the Phantom GT, those definitely have more of a rigid, plasticky sensation. And I realize it's a Flyknit upper on the Phantom GT, but it doesn't have much in the way of padding. And obviously the Vaporposit upper of the Mercurial, Vapor, and Superfly is more trending towards a thinner, plasticky synthetic. If you want that softness, if you want that little bit of padding, even if you want that little bit of protection against getting stepped on, this would by far be your best option from the Nike brand. And even though it's been around for a little while, and we have already seen leaks of the next generation Tiempo Legend 9, which looks very exciting by the way, I still think this is a really solid option in today's current football boot market, given how much change we've seen in the leather football boot category pretty much across the board. So here they are on feet, and again, I think this colorway looks absolutely fantastic, but leave your opinions on it down below in the comment section. And I also have them paired up with some black Pure Grip Socks Pro, which for those that don't know is my own brand of grip socks. The Pro variation is the newer one with an upgraded material that is softer, stretchier, and honestly just feels fantastic. Not to mention they're extremely affordable and available now in either black or white for just $16.99 a pair. If you're interested in trying some out for yourself, the website to visit is puregripsocks.com, which of course will be linked down below. Now, as far as the fit and feel of the Tiempo is concerned, like I mentioned earlier, it's a really comfortable boot. Safe to say, out of the three main lines from Nike right now, this is their most comfortable option with the soft kangaroo leather, the very flexible quad fit system that's tied directly to the central lacing system that just gives you a really nice wrap around your foot, and also a surprising amount of security given that there really isn't much stiffness or rigidity to the upper. It's extremely flexible all the way through, which is one of the best parts of this particular football boot, and something that I think needs to be applauded on Nike's part in terms of what they've achieved here. Yes, the feel for the ball is maybe a little bit diminished because of how many layers of material there are, but given how they've reinforced this boot, it's impressive how they haven't really added any stiffness and the performance characteristics remain so high. As far as width is concerned, they have some decent width to them, especially through the heel and midfoot. They definitely taper a decent amount through the toe box and forefoot, but they are kangaroo leather. They are going to stretch as you wear them in, so the predetermined shape is kind of a good thing. So some break-in time, I would say, is definitely required, and these will fit most people in terms of overall width. And then as far as sizing is concerned, again, because of that tapered toe box, they do seem to fit a little bit tighter than most other models from Nike in the same size, but not necessarily tight enough to where I would recommend going a half size up. For the most part, these definitely run true to size. If you're finding that you just barely fit in a Mercurial or a Phantom GT, going true to size, maybe going half a size up might be worth doing, but for most people, I think going true to size is definitely the way to go if you're interested in a pair of Tiempos. And that's pretty much what I wanted to detail in this video, but if you're looking for a more specific breakdown of all the tech in the Legend 8, I'm gonna leave a little pop-up on screen to a prior review video where I cover absolutely everything that you could possibly wanna know if you were planning on picking these up. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Again, if you're interested in a pair of Legends for yourself, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask them down below in the comment section. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.